What's going on, YouTube? Coming at you guys again with another review. Not sure if I'm going to do many of these or not, but right now I'm going to knock a few out, I guess, and just kind of see. I do want to put the information out there because, some of these knives I've I've looked at and tried to look up reviews. I always enjoy looking up reviews on something before I purchase it. And, I think the more opinions, the more reviews that are out there for people to have at their fingertips, or it might help you decide if something's right for you, or maybe if something is not right for you, and that's fine too. So maybe this will help somebody. Maybe it won't. Maybe nobody will watch this. I don't know. But regardless, coming at you guys today with the Medford Slim Midi DLT exclusive in S90v. Okay. This thing is 4.2 ounces. Overall length is just under 8 inches at, I believe it's 7.9. Blade length of 3¼ inches. Thickness of that blade there is going to be 0.125. And a closed length of 4.375 on this guy. Now, this, as of right now, is my favorite knife to carry. Now what is this? May of 2022. Of course, that's always subject to change, but as of right now, this is my favorite knife to carry. It's got a very nice slim profile, and it really just it rides very well on the pocket. I can carry this around. It's a full-size knife, but it really just disappears in the pocket. It's very slim, as the name suggests. In the realm of Medfords, those things can get very big, very chunky. And this guy's, I believe, actually one of their smaller models, believe it or not. Even though it's a full-size knife, it's on the smaller end of things. And that's a good thing. That gives more options. More options is good. That means there's going to be something out there for everybody. You want a big chunky knife, they've got that. You want a slimmer knife, they've got that too. But that's that's just something for you to decide. What fits your carry profile. Is it something that you like? Is this, maybe you don't like it, and that's fine too. But regardless, guys, this is a joy to carry. It like I said, it is very slim, and really just disappears in the pocket. My first really thing that I noticed, the first thing that I really noticed that kind of surprised me about this knife was I saw it and said, oh, it's a full-size knife. When I picked it up, the weight surprised me, okay, in a good way. The weight surprised me in a good way. I was expecting this thing to be a good bit heavier just by the way it looked than it actually was. So that was a pleasant surprise. Of course, the 4.2 ounces, it's not a super lightweight model or anything, but it's also not heavy. And I think for its size, it's a good weight there. Now, it's, I believe these are on bearings now. I think maybe some older models might have been on washers. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but I do believe this one's on bearings. Now, that being said, I'm not going to take it apart to determine that or not. Medford's warranty, I'm sure they'll still honor it. I know they're a great company, but I do know that they don't like for them to be disassembled. So I'm not going to take this one apart, just because in the event that I do ever have an issue, I'm an honest person. I'm gonna tell them, hey, I haven't taken it apart, and of course they should be able to tell that by just by looking at it and seeing if it's showing any signs of disassembly. So some people, that might be a deal breaker right there for some people. Some people like to have the option or the ability, or they might think that, hey, if you've spent the money on it, you should have that right to disassemble something without voiding a warranty. And that's certainly something that you're entitled to. If you're spending this kind of money on something, hey, if you think that you need to be able to take it apart without voiding the warranty, that's your decision to make, and it's perfectly valid. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm not here to really discuss their policy on warranty issues and what voids or doesn't void a warranty. Reach out to them. They'll let you know what's acceptable and what's not. You know, I do think there's a lot of misinformation out there. You know, people just read the first thing they read on the internet without, or, you know, social media groups without actually having much actual facts behind it. So, you know, just always ask the manufacturer first. You know, you don't have to take your advice from the, you know, guys on the Facebook groups or Reddit or wherever you're reading, you know, the information. Always just reach out to the manufacturer. You know, most of the time, I think they're going to be pretty easy to deal with. So, real quick, you know, review of this thing. I'm not going to go super in depth. You know, I'm just a hobbyist. I can only speak from my experiences, and my experiences with knives that have come through my collection. And I've had several come through my collection, you know, from about $10 up to about $800. And this is one of my absolute favorites that has ever come through my collection ever. It's and like I said, right now it's my absolute favorite one to carry. This thing has a beautiful blade, and of course you can see it's very easy to spidey flick there with that fuller. It's got a beautiful blade here. These grind lines, I'm not sure how well they're going to show up on camera, but I'm trying to get it to focus there. They are just, there's something else. I can't, it's something you really have to see it. It gives a nice almost organic you know, feeling to this knife. It's really hard. You just have to see it. I don't want to sit here and, you know, ooh and ah and everything, but it really is a nice look on this knife. You know, certainly adds to the character. Nice grinds here with a hollow grind, slice and edge there, and of course you're going to have the straight edge or the chisel edge there on the, not chisel, the flat grind on the Tanto point there, just for added strength. Now, some things that I think you should be aware of, you know, if you're going to buy this, of course, the price, you know, these things are not, they're not the cheapest. In fact, for a lot of people, this is going to be, you know, too expensive, and that's fine, you know, but the price may be a prohibiting factor. This thing's about $525 or $550, I believe, in this configuration. Pocket clip. A lot of people like deep carry pocket clips. This is not a deep carry pocket clip. Okay, you're going to have about a ½ inch, you know, sticking out of your pocket there. I do wish that it was a little bit deeper, but for me, I'm okay with it there. Could it be better? Sure, yeah, but it's not a deal breaker for me. Probably my biggest gripe with this knife is this lock bar. It's very stiff, which is okay. That's a good thing, right? But it's stiff, and then the unlock mechanism is it's very sharp, right? So you can see right there that, I mean, that dug into my thumb pretty good. But, you know, if you're using a knife like you should be, that's not going to be an issue, right? Use it when you need it, put it back up. Me, I'm unfortunately, you know, man-child here. I like to fidget with my knives, and so I'm probably opening and closing this thing more than I should be. But if you're just using it the way you're supposed to be, that's not going to be an issue. But it is something to be aware of, that's pretty sharp right there. So I'm going to wrap things up here real quick. I'm going to just knock out some quick size comparisons for you guys. Like I said, this is very much a full-size knife, even though in the realm of Medfords, it's on their smaller side, but it is a full-size knife. Okay, so this is the Chavez Ultramar Street. Okay, you know, it's about that street there is about a good 3/4 of an inch shorter, maybe. So the Medford's bigger than that. Let's see, PM2 here. PM2s, I would say just a tad, maybe 1/4 of an inch long, and it's mostly just because of the shape here, right? If it was squared off, I'd say they'd almost be the exact same, but you know, they've got kind of this rounded back end here. Hey, Chris Reeve, Small and Cozy, a good bit smaller. So you can see there, and this is a very good size knife to carry, but There's a size comparison. So you're seeing this is a full-size knife, right? I mean, this is full size. And let's see, one of my favorites, Quiet Carry Drift. Quiet Carry Drift is a good full inch shorter there. Now, I will say the Drift is another one of my ones. It's an absolute favorite to carry. And just a quick side profile there. The Drift. They're about the same. Okay, I'm not sure how well that's showing up. They're about, these two are probably my closest in thickness. Okay, I'm not sure how well that's showing up there, but they are very close to the same thickness. Okay, when you take and you compare that to something like Paramilitary 2, Paramilitary 2 is, it's a good bit thicker. In fact, I would say this whole top scale here of the micarta, it's one whole, you know, micarta scale thicker. I know it's a poor unit of measurement there, but it basically, this scale, this liner, that liner are the thickness of the slim Midi, and then you tack on the extra micarta scale here, and this is, you know, a good bit thicker. And then you take something like the Chavez. It's a lot thicker there. So that's it, guys. Oh, one more size comparison for y'all. The big boy XM24 Hinder. We gotta move everything to fit in the frame. This Hinder XM24 is just a big knife. I mean, you can see it's got a full inch on the Medford. Maybe I'll review that one in a future video. But yeah. All right, guys. Any questions? Any critiques? You know, if you like the video, don't like the video, that's fine. Anything that you think I can do to make this better? If you want to make fun of my voice, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, any and all criticism, critiques, it's welcome. I'm gonna, you know, I would like to improve my video quality. You know, maybe my presentation. I'm not sure how exactly. I'm working on a format for these, and you know, this is just shot on an iPhone right now, so I'm not even sure how well this is going to translate, you know, whenever I go to upload. But any and all critiques are welcome. You know, any requests for future videos, I'll certainly do my best to get something out there if anybody wishes me to do something else. This is you know, this is, I paid for with my own money, so I can only review, like I said, I'm a hobbyist. I can only review items that I've actually purchased. So anything that I say in here is not influenced at all by anybody, you know, and you could probably look at the number of views on my video and tell that, you know, I'm not sponsored by anybody. So these are my, you know, true feelings on a product that I purchased with my own money. So I hope this video helps somebody. You know, like I said, the more content like this, I think, that is put out there, you know, it's going to help somebody. You know, somebody's going to look at this and make a decision. Either they're going to decide this is for them, or, you know, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not, you know, and that's fine too. But just wanted to put that out there. Slim Midi, Medford. Go check it out if you think it's something that you might like. Take care, guys.